Alright guys, welcome back everyone. We are your hosts Sarthak, Sunny and Shuria. You are our hardcore fans. This is Sports Hardcore. So I started this stream because it's kind of some of the predictions we made are a little late, but we're gonna get on with it anyway. So Sunny, just say the points and let's get this done. Sunny?
So let's get into the points. So as you can see, 2 matches this week were postponed due to a COVID outbreak in Man City and Fulham training grounds, which means that Fulham versus Spurs and Man City versus Everton were postponed. So out of 24 possible points, I got 5, Sarthak got 8, and Shura got 4. So the overall scores: Shura 55, Sarthak 49, and me 42.
Okay, so let's get into the first game.
The first game, Everton versus West Ham. West Ham are a good team, and so are Everton. But Everton have been in decent form, but they've been scraping quite a lot of wins. So I think West Ham win this one 2-1.
Even I think that West Ham will win this 2-1.
Same here. West Ham 2-1 versus Everton.
Next up, Manchester United versus Aston Villa. And I think that Manchester United will win 2-1 after a run of decent form.
I don't think that Man U will win. I think they will beat the Aston Villa 3-3. And a quick disclaimer: this Everton West Ham, the scorelines were predicted before this game. I know that the game's already happened, but we all predicted the scoreline before the game started.
Okay, so I predict that for So what game are we on at the moment? Man U versus Villa.
Yeah.
So I predict 2-1 to Villa.
2-1 Villa. Next up, Spurs versus Leeds. And this will be a good game. 2 of the biggest masterminds in football, Mourinho versus Bielsa. Leeds' defenses are strong, and Spurs will look to counter. And I think that Spurs will win 4-2.
Leeds' defense is quite weak. The attacking midfield is quite decent. But I think that Spurs will win 2-0.
I think that Spurs will also win 2-0.
Next up, Crystal Palace versus Sheffield United. And Crystal Palace haven't been in great form, but Sheffield United, they seem destined to go down. And they could be down even as early as February. So I think Sheffield United will take something, a 1 point from a 1-0 draw.
So as I said, Sheffield United have the worst start ever for them in the Premier League. And I think that Sheffield United will beat and Palace will come away with a 1-0 win.
I think that Palace will win 3-1.
Next up, Brighton versus Wolves. Both teams lost 1-0 last week. Lucky goals, as Lacazette scored 23 seconds after coming on the pitch, and Rashford getting a lucky deflection. So I think that this will be a 1-0 draw.
Wolves without Jimenez have definitely gone a bit weaker, but I still think that Wolves are going to be too good for Brighton, and they will win 2-1.
I think that Wolves will win 3-1.
Yeah. Next up, West Brom versus Arsenal. And as Sam Allardyce said, this is a relegation scrap. So I think this match will end in a 1-0 draw.
So both teams are fighting for relegation, and West Brom with Big Sam. Big Sam hasn't had the best of starts, but still quite decent. And Arsenal are on a run of form, won their last 2 games, and Arsenal fans should be pretty happy with that. as they barely won the season. And I think that Arsenal will win 2-1.
I think that West Brom will win 2-1 with the motivation of Big Sam. I think Sam Allardyce can definitely pull them through with this.
Next up, another relegation battle with Burnley versus Fulham. And Fulham last week, as we know, did not play. Burnley had a 1-0 result against Sheffield United, with Ben Mee scoring the only goal. But I think this will be a stalemate 0-0 draw.
So Fulham, some of them players did get COVID, and I'm not sure if they'll be playing. But regardless, we're gonna just predict this, and I think that Fulham will win 1-0 if they play.
I think that if this game is played, Fulham will win 3-1, as I think that definitely, even though they haven't had the best of starts, Ademola Lookman. Wait, I'm pretty sure Mitrovic still plays for them. Mitrovic.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, so I think Mitrovic will definitely be able to pull them through. So will Lookman and many other players. They have a star-studded attack.
Yeah. Next up, Newcastle versus Leicester. Both teams drew last week after a heroic performance by Carvalho, saving Newcastle, and a late goal by Harvey Barnes secured a 1-0 draw versus Crystal Palace for Leicester. So I think this will end in another draw, 1-0.
Leicester aren't in the best of form. They dropped points to Crystal Palace. They did win against Spurs 2-0 one or two, I think it's 2 weeks ago. But I still think that Leicester will win against Newcastle 2-1.
I think that Leicester maybe not having the best form, but they've been doing pretty decent. So I think that it will be a thrashing for Newcastle. I think that Newcastle's defense, even with Jamal Lewis and Jamal Lascelles, they still aren't gonna be able to get past defend Maddison, Tielemans, Perez, and Vardy, and I think that Leicester are going to win 4-1.
Next up, Chelsea versus Man City. And this will be a big game. Chelsea not in good form, with their last match being a 1-0 draw. And Man City not looking like themselves. Although they haven't lost in the last 10 games, I think this will end in a 3-1 win for Manchester City.
So I am a Man City fan, and Chelsea last season, they knocked us off of their title race when Liverpool won the title. And I think that Man City are going to win 2-1.
I think that I'm a Chelsea fan. Obviously, I think that Chelsea, if Frank gets thrashed here, I think it's the last straw. Abramovich, of course, sent him a sack message, but I think that definitely, if Frank loses this, he's in big trouble. I mean, at least grab a draw. But I think that Man City not looking like themselves. I think, and of course, this game might not happen. Of course, it might not happen. But if it does happen, I think it'll be a 2-1 win to Chelsea. Frank, with the pressure being sacked, will try to motivate his players as much as possible to make sure that he can stay as a manager of this prestigious football club.
And last up, Southampton versus Liverpool. And will Che Adams score against a club that wrote him off? I think yes, but Liverpool will win 2-1.
Even I think that Liverpool too good for Southampton. Southampton have some decent players like Danny Ings, Ward-Prowse, Che Adams, and Liverpool did recently have a goalless affair, a 0-0 draw against Newcastle. But I still think that they're too good for Southampton and will come away with a 3-0 win.
I think that of course will Danny Ings score against the club that wrote him off? I think yes. However, Liverpool will win 2-1 with of course the. If you remember in our rebuild how Dortmund. We were doing a Dortmund rebuild and Liverpool. The pace of their wing is just frightening. And then when they get into the box. If they get into the box, they either cross it in and then they have someone waiting in to smash it, or they dart in themselves and score. And that's what's so scary. And I think that Southampton can't. Their defense, no disrespect to them, I don't think that any defense in the league can really keep a clean sheet against them. Bar Newcastle. So yeah, I think that they're going to I think that Liverpool are going to win 2-1.
Yep, so another great week of football we have ahead of us, ahead of this massive festive period. Next week, we have FA Cup and EFL Cup, the Carabao Cup ties. So we will be looking forward to that. Manchester Derby in the Carabao Cup semi-final. So a tasty couple of weeks coming up.
Okay, so Happy New Year, of course, to you all. We've had, of course, we all know how 2020's gone, but we're all hoping for a better 2021. And in terms of course, what's happened with COVID, and I think that definitely sport. If we can get fans back into the stadium fully, the quality of football will improve. So yeah, Happy New Year to you all from us at Sports Hardcore, and we will see you next time. Peace. Okay, so thank you for watching. I'm gonna stop the stream now. I'm just thinking we could potentially edit this, but I'm gonna stop the stream now. So yeah.